Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Minimalist Alpha Arbutin 2% Face Serum. What are the different ingredients present in it, and is it worth purchasing the product? The Minimalist brand is making very innovative products. Actually, sometimes they're similar to the ordinary, but they are unique in their own way because the ingredient list is totally different. They come up with more interesting ingredient into their formulation. That's why the Minimalist stands a bit out from the rest, and people do say that they copy the ordinary, but I don't feel like, because the ingredient list is totally different. When you see the ordinary alpha arbutin, the ingredient list contains very crisp, and it has like alpha arbutin as the main ingredient, and there are different texture enhancers and then the preservatives. But here in the minimalist one, you can see that other than alpha arbutin, there are different tyrosinase inhibitor. There is also antioxidant if you are aiming for anti-aging benefits. So I think that minimalist is much better when compared to the alpha arbutin from the ordinary, and the minimalist is doing a better job at formulating the face serums at a very inexpensive prices. That's like a plus about the minimalist. I am a huge fan of minimalist face serum. Unfortunately, I cannot buy it in Europe, so I have to go to India and purchase it and restock it and then come to Europe. That's how I do it. But if you are in India, you can easily purchase it. Okay, for those of you all who are new to my channel, my name is Ashwini Priyadarshini Meghur, also known as Avi, and I'm a PhD student in the field of biology. I make skincare related videos, vlogs, and also art videos. If you like these kind of videos, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on that bell icon so that you can be updated whenever I come up with a new video. You can also follow me on my Instagram handle. This is my Instagram handle. It helps me as an influencer and as a YouTuber to grow and reach out to more and more people and tell them how does the skincare formulation actually work. Alright, without any further ado, let's get into the ingredient list. I have had all the notes written here so that I cannot miss any point, because I want to be very straightforward and I want to tell you what does the ingredient do and how does it help the skin of color people, or else the people who are suffering from pigmentation. The first ingredient is water, then comes the dimethyl isosorbide. Now this is a texture enhancer. It's a solvent. It helps the holding of other ingredients together. Now the next ingredient is the alpha arbutin. If you don't know, alpha arbutin has been used for treating the hyperpigmentation mark. Why is that so? It goes to the melanocytes and it inhibits the tyrosinase inhibitor, which can lead to the production of melanin, and that can cause the pigmentation mark on the face. So it is mainly used at 2% range, and actually there are different percentages, but 2% works the best for the different skin tones, and it does a really good job at hindering the melanin production and then reducing the appearance of melanin on the skin. It really works as a magic for skin of color people, because we can get triggered very easily, because skin of color, like me myself falling into that category, I do face this challenge that if I've been bit by a mosquito or if I get a scratch or a burn, I hyperpigment. And it's very hard to reduce that pigmentation, because it does take like 2 to 3 months time to reduce one pigmentation mark. So imagine how hard it is to reduce the pigmentation mark when you're skin of color. So alpha arbutin just boosts that effect and reduces that appearance of pigmentation mark all around the face or to the targeted area on the body. Alpha arbutin also with kojic acid does a much better job in the studies, but here in the ingredient list there is much more interesting ingredient. I'm going to talk about it later, but usually it does show a lot of benefits in the reduction of the hyperpigmentation marks caused due to acne. That's why it is prescribed by the doctors more than 5%. If you have acne problem and you are skin of color and you're leaving a lot of pigmentation mark on the skin, so alpha arbutin as well as azelaic acid as well as kojic acid are being prescribed by the doctor for the patients who are suffering from acne and hyperpigmentation marks due to acne. Did you know that alpha arbutin has been derived by hydroquinone, which is like a gold standard ingredient for curing the hyperpigmentation mark? But in the skincare industry, it can be used from the ranges of 0.5% to 5%. Alpha arbutin actually works synergetically with vitamin C, tretinoin, retinol, or niacinamide. So it alone can reduce the pigmentation mark, but it boosts the effect when you have other ingredient. Synergetic effect means when there is one or two more ingredients trying to target in the reduction of certain skin problem. So this is how it can be used alone as an ingredient, or you want a boost of the skin betterment, then you can use vitamin C, tretinoin, niacinamide. But if you're a beginner to niacinamide, use 5% niacinamide and then progress to the higher percentage. The next ingredient is the lactic acid. Now, lactic acid is derived by lactose, by milk fermentation, by the lactic acid bacteria. And these bacteria actually have the ability to hinder the growth of pathogenic bacteria. So lactic acid, when added, acts as an exfoliant, acts as a hydrating ingredient, and as well as a pH adjuster. So our skin can tolerate 5 pH, any formulation with 5 pH. If it's more, it can be a bit alarming because it can be acidic. So due to this reason, lactic acid added and it exfoliates the skin. It helps with the hydration. It gives a nice rigid shape to the skin, and it also controls the microbiome, skin microbiome. Usually in presence of lactic acid, the good bacteria or the beneficial bacteria can grow as compared to the pathogenic bacteria. Here the concentration of lactic acid is around 2 to 1%, in between that. So it can be used as a leave-on product, but usually it is used as an exfoliant around 5 to 15% in the skincare, so that it can remove the dead skin cells and also remove the pathogenic bacteria. Usually it's kept for 10 minutes, but it is on the leave-on product and it's in a very small concentration. So it's doing a good job. Then there is pentylene glycol. It is a humectant. It helps with the hydration of the skin and also act as a solvent as well as a texture enhancer. So it's like an all-rounder ingredient here. And it's like after the alpha arbutin, the lactic acid, you need hydration because usually after exfoliation, you lose water and you need some ingredients that can bring back that water levels into the skin. Then there is ferulic acid. Now, ferulic acid is an antioxidant. It is used for also removing the discoloration on the face. It actually acts as a stabilizing ingredient for vitamin C as well as vitamin E. It also helps with the sun damage and environmental stressors that lead to aging. So you see this formulation, it is aiming towards the hyperpigmentation, aging problem. It is very dedicated towards the skin of color people. When we age, we skin of color people age, we hyperpigment. And we also have like fine lines, but it comes later in the life. But the first thing that we observe is hyperpigmentation. So we need a serum that can target that. And this serum is doing that. And it's excellent for the skin of color people because there is no such ingredient that can lead to allergy of the skin or irritation, because the sensitive skin type can also use it, as it doesn't have any strong ingredients like retinol, tretinoin, or vitamin C that can actually lead to sensitivity on the skin. So it's like very mild, very well formulated, very easy, targeting different things. So it's like really good. There is also sodium hyaluronate here, which is another humectant, very powerful one. And if you have any sodium hyaluronate ingredient in the formulation, you need to damp your skin and then apply the formulation. Usually sodium hyaluronate draws out water from the surrounding. If it doesn't get water from the surrounding, it starts to draw out water from the deep layers of the skin. So it can lead to more dehydration. So it's better to use the formulation with the damp skin, and it does a good job at hydrating your skin. The next ingredient is butyl resacinol, and this one is really new ingredient. You won't see a lot of research on this, and actually in the studies it has shown to do a better job than kojic acid as a solo ingredient. Usually kojic acid need another ingredient to work with, but here this ingredient does a solo job, and it has shown much better results in reduction of the pigmentation mark as compared to kojic acid. So I like this, that they have added it in a very lesser percentage because there is not a lot of research about it, yeah, and you cannot be so sure about this ingredient working excellent on all skin types. So adding it in a very smaller concentration maybe can show results or maybe not. But it also has different ingredients like alpha arbutin, it has ferulic acid, so they will take over and they will do the job. but adding this ingredient can be a plus for certain skin types. So it's kind of, innovative ingredient list for the alpha arbutin formulation when compared to the ordinary. That's what I was talking about in the start of the video. Butyl resinol is also a tyrosinase inhibitor, so it's targeting the melanocytes. If you're interested, I have mentioned the link in the description below about the research that was done, and you can go through it and you can see what was the research and how it was able to reduce the pigmentation mark. And I think it's a very innovative ingredient, and I really appreciate this ingredient. When I was going through the research, I saw all the positive effects of it. So it's like a thumbs up ingredient. So yeah, who all can use this particular formulation now? I would say that the people who are skin of color, who have hyperpigmentation marks, and who want a mild face serum which can reduce the pigmentation mark, then they should use this serum. And if you have aging skin, you have like damage due to pollution, sun damage, you can also bring your healthy skin back by using this serum, because it has ferulic acid, it has alpha arbutin, it can bring back a healthy skin glow. How to use this serum? You can use it at a daytime as well as at a nighttime. So in the daytime, you can cleanse your face, apply this serum, and then moisturize it. And you can just apply a sunscreen, because if you're going in the sun, you need a sunscreen 50 and plus. And at night time, you can remove the sunscreen, you can cleanse your face, double cleanse it with oil based as well as with the foam based. And after that, you can apply this serum, let it sit on the skin, and then you can apply a moisturizer. That is so easy to use, and it's so mild, it's so nice formulation. I'm in love with it. It's really good formulation. So what are my thoughts about this formulation? I absolutely love it. I give it a thumbs up, and it's really well formulated. It can be used for the skin of color, Caucasian skin, it doesn't matter. Actually, it's like broad spectrum serum, and they did not target towards the skin of color, but it came out to be good for all the skin types. So it's excellent formulation, and I gave it a thumbs up, and I would recommend everyone to buy this serum and try it out. So yeah, that is pretty much it. If you like this video, make sure that you share with your friends, and also tell them how does the skincare formulation actually work. And don't forget to subscribe to my video, and I will see you soon in another one. Take care and bye.